Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Horrific History. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about J. Marion Sims. So, J. Marion Sims was often hailed as the father of modern gynecology, and he is a figure whose legacy is fraught with controversy due to his pioneering surgical experiments on enslaved African American women in the 19th century. While Sims' contributions to medical science are undeniable, his methods and the treatment of his subjects raise profound ethical questions. It was it was messed up. So he was born in 1813 in South Carolina. J. Marion Sims rose to prominence as a pioneering surgeon in the field of gynecology during a time when medical knowledge of women's health was rudimentary at best. Sims is credited with developing innovative surgical techniques to address conditions such as vesicovaginal fistulas, a debilitating childbirth injury that afflicted many women during that era. Sims' breakthroughs in surgical technique, including the inventions of the Sims speculum and his pioneering approach to repairing fistulas, revolutionized the field of gynecology and saved countless lives. His work laid the foundation for modern surgical practices in obstetrics and gynecology, earning him widespread acclaim and recognition within the medical community. However, Sims' achievements did come at a very steep human cost, because central to Sims' success were the surgical experiments that he conducted on enslaved African American women, who he purchased and subjected to repeated surgeries without their consent or without even anesthesia, which is pretty horrible. These women, often suffering from obstetric fistulas resulting from childbirth complications, served as unwitting subjects in Sims' quest for medical advancement. The ethical implications of Sims' experiments are profound and deeply, deeply troubling. The exploitation and dehumanization of enslaved women who had no choice in the matter is truly horrifying. Now, Sims' defenders will argue that his experiments, while they were morally dubious by modern standards, were conducted within the prevailing medical and ethical norms of his time. They contend that Sims' innovations in surgical technique ultimately benefited women's health and paved the way for advancement in gynecological care. However, such arguments do fail to acknowledge the profound suffering endured by Sims' subjects. So this is the classic question of, do the ends justify the means? It is undeniable that he did pioneer advancements in the field of gynecology, and he saved a lot of lives because of his discoveries. But the way he went about those discoveries was terrible. So let me know down in the comment section what you think about this question. I mean, is it worth doing horrible things sometimes to come up with advancements that benefit all of mankind? If you're going to save many, many, many times more lives by the discovery, is it worth the lives that are lost to discover it? That's the question. And that's a complex ethical question to consider. I think it's terrible that he did this to people who couldn't volunteer for it. I mean, they had no choice. And the fact that he did it without even anesthesia is horrifying. I mean, imagine the suffering that these poor women went through. That's terrible. I'm glad that the discoveries were made because it saved a lot of people's lives today, and it's made things better for women overall, but there had to be another way to get there. I wonder if he could have done surgical experiments on corpses. Would that have done the same thing, or did he need to see the healing process and all that? I don't know. I'm not familiar enough to make a judgment call on that. But one thing I can tell you for sure is it leaves a very bad taste in my mouth. It kind of makes you a little upset on your stomach to think about it, that this kind of borderline evil experimentation was taking place. And that's just terrible, you know. But at the same time, it's awesome that they can fix a lot of these fistulas were killing women. That's great. But how he got there was it just sucks, man. So let me know down in the comments section what you guys think. As always, it's up to you to make up your own mind, and I will catch you on the next one. Till I speak to you again, love many, trust few, and do harm to none. God loves you, and so do I. Bye-bye.